webinar series for our Michell University. Today we're going to be working with Infor FACTS, and we're going to be talking about cash receipts. This webinar is being recorded. It'll be available on our website, so you can visit us at www.michellgroup.com to view this, as well as the others in our training series. For purpose of the demo today, we're going to be using FACTS 7.8 for our demo. So let's begin. From the main menu, we're going to go into our accounts receivable. In here, we're going to look at the cash and credit application, also referred to as cash receipts. We know from working with FACTS, we basically is a batch processing system. We have our cash receipts, adjustment, and entry screen. We can go in, we can enter our information. We can then print or view our adjustment register. We can review. If we need to, we can go back into the cash receipts, make any adjustments we need to do, and then we go ahead and we post, or we run our update. When we do that, we actually go in and update all the historical files. So let's begin. We're going to go to cash receipt and adjustment entry. Talk a little bit about the screen. Here we have the header. The batch number is a temporary number. You can use this number to go in and set up a batch. So for example, if we do a search, we can see that we don't have any batches here at this moment. So again, you can use the batch numbers over and over again. So if you're going to do a couple today, you can start with, say, batch 1, batch 2, batch 3. Then when you post it, you can then go back and use those numbers again. They're just reference numbers to call the batches back up. So I'm going to start with batch 1. Here is our batch total. This is going to be the total of our deposit. So what are we depositing today? We've got several. Let's say we got 10 checks from 10 different customers. We're going to make a deposit. Here we will put our deposit. I'm just going to go ahead and put an amount for now, and we can always adjust that later. So you can see right here what we've got is we've got 1,000. And we're going to go here, and we see that on this batch 1, we already have something distributed for batch number 1. You can see here this amount. We're going to go ahead and we're going to edit this. And you can see here, we're just going to go ahead and delete these. Again, this is from a previous batch before. I just want to delete and start all over again. You can see now I'm back to having nothing distributed. So we're going to begin again. We're going to go here and we're going to add a line. Here, again, we can go in and we can do a couple ways of searching. We can search by our customer here in the search. So we can call up and search our customer. We can also search here by an invoice number. And we can use this one for miscellaneous cash. So if we want to search by an invoice number, we can click here and we can enter the invoice number like 01888 and click OK. What this is going to do, it's just going to find, because that invoice number belongs to this customer C100. So you can use this concept. Some people do this because when they get a check, the invoice numbers are references. We don't really know the customer ID. We can do it that way. Or you can just do customers. Again, either way, whatever you feel comfortable with, you can do. Check number, again, this is the check the customer gave me. He gave me check number 123. I want to record that for my records in case there's an issue and the customer calls me back. Do that again. I bumped the keyboard. So let's go here. So check number 123. So we're going again. The date. This is the actual date of the check or the posting date. Again, whatever you want to put in. Now, notice here, because of my demo, I'm working in May of 2013. That's my current period. So I'm going to use this date to default into my current period. You've got different types. You can do if it's a cash, a check, or credit card, debit card, and so on. I'm just going to go ahead and stick with the check for references. And we're going to go here and we're going to put, let's say, $800. Okay, that's the amount of the check. I can put a memo if I want. I can set up for grace period days. This has to do with the discounting. If I want to look at some discounts, I can do that. Otherwise, I click Add, and here I go in and to my my amount here. So you can see here, we can go in and we can see what was applied. We can go to our batch entry and see which ones we're going to pay. So again, you can see here that we have our check amount is 800, our distributing is nothing. So we're going to go and decide which one of these we're going to pay. Now we can do a couple things. Document type, the default here is non-zero. All right. Obviously, I want to see that because I want to see the ones that are not paid. I can look at, say, credits only. Let's say I need to apply some type of credit. I can look at all documents, but this is going to show documents that are zero. These are documents that are zero that haven't been paid, that are out of the document register, but the month end hasn't been done, so they show there. Normally, by default, I let it stay here. I want to look at non-zero only. So these are invoices and credits that the customer owes me that, that they're paying. Again, how do you want to apply? Here we're looking at all. We can look at the applied only. Here we haven't applied anything. This would show all the ones that we've applied. The unapplied only would show any invoices that have not applied. You can go ahead and sort. So let's do a simple one. Let's take this one here. We're gonna click on this one. There's some options. If I'm going to pay it in full, I can also click pay. So I paid it in full. So again, there's my amount. Head and take the difference and do it that way. Now, since we took 800 of the $1,000, it's going to prompt us for our next customer because, again, we're doing the whole batch. So here you can see how we have this information here. Again, there's our $1,000. There's our 800. We have a balance of 200. So again, I can just go ahead and search. I'm just going to call up a customer. Let's call up this one here is T10. Okay, so what's going to happen here? We're going to then get. So here we can go in, we can look at the list like we did before. We can select one, and I'm going to show you a couple other features here that we can work with as far as the information here. We can do an on account, and we can do some other stuff. We can do a miscellaneous cash. We can do a debit. We can also list the selections. The list selection shows me what I've already have as I've been selected. The demo's a little bit slow today, so what happens here? It's going to be a simple one. We're going to go ahead and it's going to be frozen here.